Today's episode is sponsored by Some Edibles CBD infused products. That's SUM Edibles and can be found at
someedibles.com.
They have a variety of yummy treats including
vegan organic gummies,
brown buttered chocolate chip cookies,
and marshmallow cereal bars, just to name a few.
For fans of the podcast, you can use the promo code WIFE, that's WIFE, to receive 10% off your order.
Again, promo code WIFE for 10% off your order.
So, head to someedibles.com today. Hey everybody, this is Drunken Housewife Reviews, and I'm Sarah, the Drunken Housewife.
And I'm her husband/host, Ian, who tries to keep her on the rails.
And it's a full-time job, and here we are with an actual movie review.
Yes, we've been wanting to do one of these for a while. We've been having fun interviewing people, a lot of fascinating people, but we're actually going to do one of our recent favorite films. I could watch that over and over.
Oh, yes. We are talking about the one, the only, Willy's Wonderland on Amazon Prime, starring the amazing Nicolas Cage.
The amazing Nicolas Cage.
Yes, I am a Nicolas Cage fan. Let's just admit it right now.
Well, I think even if you're not a particular Nicolas Cage fan, you can enjoy this movie on the weirdness alone. If you like weird movies and it just happens to have him in it, give it a shot.
And I know we did a review of another Nicolas Cage movie where somebody said that listening to him say his lines bothered them because of the way he said them. That's not going to be a problem with this movie.
Not at all.
Not at all. His character, you never find out really anything about his character.
Why he's even there.
Why he's even
going through. He just happens to be going through the town.
And his character is just called the janitor. And he has no lines. He does not speak one word of dialogue.
Yes, it's all action.
But it works. And it's kind of alluded to that his character might be former military because there's a shot of his car where you can see dog tags hanging from the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
But that's really the only little clue, the only little nugget you get as to any kind of a backstory.
Yes.
But he, like I said, never says a word. It starts with him running over stop sticks and blowing all the tires in his sweet ride. And when the tow truck driver gets here, he's like, oh yeah, the sheriff said that somebody stole these, and radio's in, and he's like, well,
might be some kids.
Yeah, I can fix your car, but it's going to take overnight. And he's like, well, it's going to be this much money. Well, he doesn't have that much money on him
because they only quote take cash.
Yeah, because he looks at the ATM and the guy's like, oh yeah, that doesn't work.
Exactly.
And he's like, oh, I've got an idea for you. If I got a friend that'll pay your debt if you spend all night cleaning up this old restaurant that he wants to open, which is
family restaurant.
Yeah, which was a knockoff Chuck E. Cheese,
Showbiz Pizza kind
of place with the animatronic creatures
playing the instruments.
And so that's all he has to do: spend the night cleaning. Debt paid, car fixed, he's on his way. Well, then come to find out it's the demonic Chuck E. Cheese from hell.
Yes.
The animatronics are possessed.
Yes. We don't want to give away too much because of who possesses them, blah, blah, blah,
yeah, because we find
people behind the backstory. It's very interesting.
We find all that out. A group of teenagers have decided to burn the place down because they know about the possessed animatronic creatures.
Yes.
And of course, like all of them but one dies, and we find out the whole backstory from her. She gives the whole backstory to Nicolas Cage's character. But what's hysterical is when he gets dropped off, the guy that owns the building's like, now remember to take your breaks. And he does. He takes his breaks.
Oh yeah.
He didn't care if he's in the middle of fighting one of the demonic it's break time.
Yeah, it's break time.
It's break time. And he's chugging these energy drinks throughout the entire thing. And
oh yeah, it was hilarious.
It's just I they're it's
Well,
like,
not
how do you
that.
talk about it without revealing too much about
Yeah.
it?
Well, what I love about it too is that just about everyone, at least in the U.S., has had either known of a Chuck E. Cheese or had been at a Chuck E.
Or a
Cheese
showbiz.
or showbiz when they were young or had kids, and so it's just it plays on that whole thing
Or
of like demonic dolls and stuff
what
like
is
that
that
from
other
the
one?
80s, except it's in a Chuck E. Cheese.
Country Bear Jamboree with
Yes.
the animatronics. Seriously, if you as an adult have ever had to go to one of these restaurants and you look at them and think, yeah, those could come to life and kill you, this is your movie.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely your movie.
Well, all those characters have a weirdness about them. Whoever the artist was that did the plastic rubbering molding and stuff, they don't look right anyway. They never have.
No.
And so it really taps into that creepy aspect.
Yes. And one of the characters speaks only Spanish, but they give him subtitles. And I now know how to say "oh my balls" in Spanish.
Yeah.
Because he gets kicked. Do animatronic creatures have balls?
These do, and we can't reveal exactly how, why.
But he gets kicked in his balls, and in Spanish is rolling around going, "oh my balls." Yeah. So it's bilingual.
There you go.
But yeah.
Well, not only the story, but the way it was shot on video, and the lighting was amazing.
Yes.
They did a real good, it was a low budget, but they were very creative and they had thought this out as far as like the lighting, the soundtrack, just the whole like creative process behind it is just as wackadoo. And for the low budget feel they were going for, they really nailed it.
Yeah. And I guess this is one that like Nicolas Cage really fought for this to get made. He was really intrigued by playing a character that has zero lines.
Yes.
But even with no lines, you know exactly what he's thinking. You know what's going on in his mind.
Oh, yeah.
Because he does a good job with facial expressions, body language, all of that. There is a sequence that is probably the most unique usage of the song Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes.
Yes.
That I've ever seen in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's seriously, like I said, if you've ever been to one of those restaurants and just been creeped out by those animatronics, this is the movie for you.
Oh yeah.
Because you discover that like the owner of the building knows what's going on, the tow truck guy knows what's going on, the sheriff knows what's going on.
It's one of those conspiratorial small town kind of movies as well, where you go into this small town and everything's kind of not right. Yeah. And then you find out that everybody involved is messed up. I would say, I know this is British, but Hot Fuzz. You know the Hot Fuzz movie?
Yeah, I know of it.
Yeah, where people are like, missing and this, that, and the other, and has all these like creepy things, and then you find out the big reveal. Not that this has a big reveal, but it has that same kind of uneasiness being in a small town, kind of creeped out by the locals.
Yeah. One of the teenagers that is bound and determined to burn this place to the ground also happens to be the sheriff's daughter. And the sheriff goes to some really weird lengths to keep her daughter at home. I don't want to give away too much.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's very, very interesting. And she's the one that gives Nicolas Cage's character the whole backstory. But what cracks me up is like all the way through it, every time he gets crap all over his shirt, they give him a Willy's Wonderland t-shirt to work in. and every time he changes shirts.
Yeah,
He just,
every
you know, he
time he
puts on a
battles
clean shirt.
somebody and he's all like
Got a
nasty, he
clean,
just
yeah,
cleans up and puts on a new shirt
got a,
and
yeah.
continues.
And then yeah, he's like scrubbing away. He's washing dishes. He's scrubbing. He's sweeping. You know, he's like, my mission is to clean this building before dawn, and he doesn't care what gets in his way. He doesn't care, you know, what he has to do. He's going to clean that building by morning.
Yeah.
So, you know, there is a great line in the trailer of, he's not locked in there with them. They're locked in there with him. And
I mean, they sort of picked that up from Watchmen, but it still works.
But it still works.
It still works.
And it just, like I said, I was intrigued by the main character not having any dialogue. That, and of course, demonic animatronics.
Yeah. Well, it's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
It will burn into your head for a while after seeing this movie. It definitely will.
It's your birthday. Happy smiles for everyone. It's your birthday.
Now,
and we want you to have fun. It's your
I want to say the music was done by someone either semi-famous or either the director or somebody, but it was kind of done in-house, I guess. So it's very who I want to say, the director from the 80s who did his music as well. Carpenter. Anyway, John Carpenter-esque. I think it has a very much John Carpenter-esque vibe in that respect. With the animatronics, reminds me of Cronenberg with the weird, creepy, freaky, you know, because it's all practical effects.
Yes.
That was another thing about it.
It is all, and I am a practical effects nerd. Because with the invention of CGI, yeah, that's great. You can do great effects with CGI, but like the Hatchet series, that's all practical effects. I love when people go that extra mile for the practical effects, and it shows. It shows, because you can still do amazing stuff with practical effects.
Yes.
I've got to give kudos to the actors that were put into
costumes,
the animatronic suits, because they, I mean,
they did very well.
They were amazing.
Like being creepy and I mean, yeah. And it also reminds me of kind of a trauma movie, in respect, not so much as the bad acting. It wasn't really bad acting.
It wasn't bad acting. Yeah,
but I mean, as far as like the tone of it, it's very trauma-esque humor in it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody brought their A game for this.
Yeah,
I feel. But yeah, it's just.
Now, I'm wondering. Another thought too is the sheriff. Who played the sheriff? She'd have been in everything.
What is her name? Where's the hand me your phone? Oh, we're gonna look it up, because she's that woman that's in everything.
Yes,
and she is amazing. And her name is escaping me right now, but I'm going to find out her name because she deserves a shout out.
Oh, we didn't give the official IMDb description either.
Oh yeah, hang on.
We haven't done this one for a while, folks. Hold on. Willy's Wonderland. Wonder. There you go.
There we go. Okay. So the description is, hang on, a quiet drifter is tricked into a janitorial job at the now condemned Willy's Wonderland. The mundane tasks suddenly become an all-out fight for survival against wave after wave of demonic animatronics. Fist fly, kicks land, then clash.
Titans clash.
Sorry, I'm reading without my glasses. And only one side will make it out alive.
Yes.
But yes, the lady that plays the sheriff is Beth Grant.
Yes, and she's been in everything.
Yeah, when you look at her, you're like, oh, she is that lady who is in everything. She was in Speed. Donnie Darko,
Better Call
Better
Saul
Call Saul,
series.
Grace and Frankie. Um, Seriously, when you see her, you're gonna be like,
Oh
oh
yeah.
yeah, her, and she's amazing.
Yes, she
She's
was.
amazing.
She always does a really good.
She always does a really great job. Everybody did a great job in this. Everybody played the part how they should.
And it's definitely our well, shout out to our sponsors, someedibles.com.
Yes.
And just say that if you are enhanced with edibles, it makes it even that much more fun. It's definitely what you call a beer and pizza movie.
Yeah, it's a definite beer and pizza movie, or a definite special cookie and chill movie. Um, it's not going to win an Oscar, but it's damned entertaining.
It is definitely.
If you are looking for a movie that,
Definitely a different kind of horror action
yeah,
flick.
and it's not, I think there's only one scene with actual blood. So it's not gory
Per
unless you
se.
count the animatronics oil as blood.
True, which I thought was interesting.
Yes. So, but it's just, I mean, it's good fun. There's parts that are going to make you chuckle. There are parts that are, going to make you do that. um I find the whole animatronic thing creepy as all get out. So
Well, who doesn't love a good like creepy doll or I mean Chucky and
exactly,
whatnot? Yeah, I mean
exactly.
seriously.
It's Chucky on a grander scale with the Chuck E. Cheese type animatronics.
Yeah.
And trust me, after you watch that movie, then you're going to be walking around going, "It's your birthday,
Yeah.
and we want you to have fun. It's your
It is
birthday."
the earworm.
Because trust me, when you hear that song, shit's about to go down. Trust me. You hear that song and you know something is going to happen. And if
Right?
you hear head, shoulders, knees, and toes, buckle up, Buttercup.
Okay, well who directed this again?
The director
Real quick. But
was,
yeah, the director, definitely look for him for future projects because he's got, well, the writer and the director both have an interesting eye for not only the detail of it, but also director is Kevin Lewis, and the screenplay is G.O. Parsons.
yes.
Keep them in mind because I've got a feeling that their future stuff is going to be just as wackadoo. I don't know if it would go any deeper, but it will be very entertaining.
Yes. Yeah. So if you like just, I mean, weird horror, I mean, horror,
Yeah.
it's just action. And yeah, Nicolas Cage has the best lines.
There you go.
That's my favorite joke for this movie. But yeah, it's, if you're a Nicolas Cage fan, or even if you're not a Nicolas Cage fan, because I don't know, you find his way of doing dialogue weird, watch it because he's not doing any dialogue. It's just him.
But like I said, if you like weird movies and you're not a big Nicolas Cage fan, just watching it for the weirdness alone, I
Yeah.
think you can get past Nicolas Cage being in it and, him not delivering cheesy lines and just, beating the shit out of stuff. Hey, there you
Yeah.
go.
And just, I mean, him acting and reacting to things, because his face says it all.
Oh, yeah.
He does a great job, showing you what the character is thinking through his facial expressions, through his body language, all of that, which is, I mean, it's hard to do that. It's hard to, without any dialogue, relay, expression, relay, thoughts, feelings, and all of that.
Exactly.
So,
Intentions.
yes.
Yeah.
So kudos to Nicolas Cage for taking this on. Kudos to everybody that was in it or had anything to do with it. Special
I'm sure
effects
they had a
people,
blast doing it.
yeah, special effects people, for the animatronic figures, for all of that. It's just amazing. So, Willy's Wonderland, it's on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Go check it out. It's free with Amazon Prime.
And you can go on the YouTube and check out the trailer.
Yes. Check out the
So,
trailer.
yes.
to see if it's because the trailer should give you a pretty good.
It does do a very good
Yeah.
job of giving you the feel of the movie.
Yeah.
So some do not do that well, and they try to trick you. This is pretty much what you see in the trailer is the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So go check it out. Again, I think we're giving it 2 thumbs up.
Definitely.
2 thumbs up. So
Yes.
we'll catch you next time with our next review or interview. We'll, we've got a lot of stuff up in the air. So we will catch you later.
Okay.